Welcome to the Peer Effect Postbag. I'm James Johnson, joined by Freddie Birley. We asked for your questions, and Freddie and I are going to tackle them together. These aren't theoretical case studies, it's the stuff that's keeping you up at 2 a.m. Let's get answering. So, second question, this one's from Ryan. I thought hitting our revenue goals would feel amazing, but instead I feel empty and unmotivated. Is post-success depression a real thing? And how do you deal with it?
Good question. Has this come up in your coaching work at all?
It has. I think that this is a bit of a theme that comes up. So I don't think Ryan's alone in this.
Yeah. 100%. It comes up quite a lot in my coaching sessions as well. There are kind of two sides of this. So, energy, obviously that's a massive low. So you feel depressed after you do something that you in theory thought would feel amazing. And what I've found to be true is that there are typically 4 energy levers that we can pull on. One energy lever is purpose. So is what I'm doing aligned and purposeful to me? Does it have enough meaning? And so sometimes people get to the end or they've achieved something they thought would feel amazing, and the reality of it is actually this isn't meaningful enough to me. And so that can be a signal for, do I need to realign? Is this really truly aligned with who I am and what I want and what success means to me? Second energy lever is around people. So do I feel connected to the people that I'm building with or working with, or even outside of work? Do I have relationships I feel free to be myself and they feel connecting? The third piece is that sense of progress, which in this example, that would in theory feel like a win or feel like progress. But for a lot of people, when they're feeling low or energy drained, there's a lack of winning or a sense of meaningful progress in areas that are important to them. And then the final energy lever is pausing. It's like rest and recovery. And often if you've been sprinting and you've achieved a goal and you're actually just frankly shattered, doing things outside of that specific context can be really helpful, whether it's like exercising or just spaciousness. So doing things with no plan, leaving empty weekends, having time to actually pause, rest, reset. So I think about it in those 4 dimensions. So is it purposeful? Are you doing with people that are meaningful? Are you making progress, and have you paused?
And so let's say if you do make progress, are you saying that actually a sort of a suggestion is to focus on one of the other 4 then? So if one's feeling a bit worn out or kind of overstimulated, lean on people or lean on purpose? Or...
Yeah, exactly. And you can look at all 4 of them to see, am I seriously lacking one of these? Is there a gap, or am I craving it? When I hear purpose or people or pausing, how do I respond to that? Almost, and also listening to your body. How does your body respond? Is there one that you're intuitively more drawn to? And it can be quite a helpful framing for exploring what you're currently missing.
Because I think that often you're right, that it sounds like it can be like sort of confused, because let's say it's the progress one, you've made that progress, but you're also tired as well because you've really pushed to achieve it.
Totally. And typically in those scenarios, it also reminds me of post-exam years ago. At the end of finishing exams, often you expect to feel this euphoric joy, but actually you feel shattered and you're just ready to crawl into a dark, dark room and go to bed. And actually then you feel so much better after you've slept and your body's de-zizzed, and then you spend some time with people that are important to you and you kind of regroup. Life feels a bit richer again.
I think it's also something weird around sort of found a mindset around achievement. I experienced this. I did an Ironman a long time ago, like 10 years ago. And weirdly, when I'd done it, it didn't feel like an achievement because I'd done it. And I was like, it was always something like a stretch goal. It was kind of like, oh, this is like the pinnacle of kind of like, you've got to be really fit to do it or whatever. And then you do it like, well, it can't be a pinnacle if I've done it. And so it's something the bar really resets, maybe, and that's how people end up doing like Deca Ironman and like ridiculous things, and kind of like, because you can never there's always another hurdle that you can put in front of yourself. And I think that's something to be cautious of, I think, as founders, this idea of constantly removing the goalposts and not celebrating success when you go along the journey. Because
totally.
We redefine that success in real time.
100%. And then you actually don't get the sense of progress because there's not that sense of completion. And you almost undervalue your own contribution in creating the goal that was once impossible and is now kind of menial because you've done it and you've achieved it and you're on to the next thing. And also, especially when you're leading teams can burn out quite quickly when they never feel like they've celebrated or they've completed something and then they're starting something new. And I think that's also, it can really drive burnout.
100%. Yeah, that, if you're not celebrating, you're not giving your team permission to celebrate either. 100%. And you're like, oh, this isn't like, oh, we raised a Series A.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's it. Like now it's about Series B. And it's like, hang on a second, we've just sweated our way for 2 years to get here. Yeah. We've really fought. We've done some amazing work.
Yeah.
Can we not just enjoy this moment?
Completely. And I think also holding each other to account. I think sometimes it's harder to celebrate yourself and it's easier to celebrate other people. And so using another like incredibly powerful part of a team is that sense of accountability, in a sense, okay, even if I don't yet feel ready to celebrate myself, I definitely need to celebrate my team, or it's my job to celebrate my team, otherwise they could burn out. And in that could be both part of the progress, but also part of celebrating people and connecting to people and having milestones or rituals that bake in celebration in a way that feels meaningful. And that can be as simple, right, as a weekly ritual where everyone shares their wins on a Friday, all the way through to booked team offsites, celebration dinner, like things that actually create a sense of levity and also allow you to connect as people, not just as producers and as creators.
Yeah. I suppose that's part of your job, isn't it? Like that environment, like.
Yeah.
That's why looking after yourself is found so important, because ultimately if you're not in a great place, your team can't be in a great place either.
Yeah, 100%. And it's that whole, your actions speak louder than your words. So even if you're preaching to your team, it's really important for you to celebrate, and actually you're berating yourself for never celebrating or taking to a moment to acknowledge things, it can be a bit self-propagating.
So I think what we were saying is, Ryan, you're not alone in this.
No, it's very human. It's very, very human, and especially for very driven, ambitious humans.
So if people want to send us the questions, they can get in touch with me, like james@peereffect.com or with you.
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn, so Freddie Birley, or that's actually probably the best place. Yeah.
Perfect. Look forward to doing the next one.
Yes, me too.